Welcome back, Holistic Soul Sisters. I'm Mandy Rose, your holistic health coach, spiritual mentor, and astrologer. In today's video, we are going to talk all about the new moon happening in the zodiac sign of Libra. This is going to be a huge new moon that's going to be all about balancing our feminine and our masculine energies, giving us a call to action and asking us to assess how can we bring this harmony, these two energies that are so opposite, back into balance within our own lives. So let's just dive right in. So let's talk about the basics of this new moon. This new moon is happening on October 6th at 7:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you're going to want to adjust that at whatever time zone you're in. And it is happening at 13 degrees of Libra. So go ahead and look at your birth chart, see if there are any planets that you have around the 13-degree mark of the zodiac sign of Libra. Now you can see from the chart, we have the sun and the moon both at 13 degrees of Libra, but we actually have another planet at 13 degrees of Libra as well, and that is the planet Mars. So when we have three planets in a zodiac sign, it's what we call a stellium. But when we have all three of those planets at the exact same astrological degree, that is a very rare astrological event. First of all, this is a new moon. New moons are all about new beginnings, setting new intentions, starting fresh new energy in our life. It's the beginning of a new cycle, a new chapter. So when it's happening in the zodiac sign of Libra, what does that mean? Well, Libra is represented by the scales. I want you to remember that as we go throughout this video, because the scales is all about bringing balance back into our lives, right? Libra with the scales and wanting balance also wants harmony. It wants peace. It represents the justice system and having things be fair. If you know anyone that's a Libra, you probably know that they're very diplomatic. They don't like to pick sides. They just want everyone to be happy and everyone to feel like the situation is just and fair for all parties involved. So this is the kind of energy we're going to be feeling when this new moon happens in the zodiac sign of Libra. This rejuvenation of energy, of just wanting to make peace with different situations in our lives, bringing the scales back into balance. Has there been something in your life that has been so out of whack, so out of balance, that you just feel like it's time to bring back the peace into your life? Then this is the new energy you've been needing. Now also, Libra doesn't just represent harmony and balance, it also represents relationships. It's the first zodiac sign in the astrological wheel that deals with another person. If you remember me talking in the Libra season video, we're halfway through the astrological year at this point, and it's the first zodiac sign that deals with relationships and with other people in the outside world. So when it comes to Libra energy, and especially a new moon, we're going to be focusing on our relationships. Relationships we have with ourselves, the way that we speak to ourselves, the way that we communicate with ourselves, and also the way that we interact and communicate with other people. Now remember, Libra is an air sign. It's logical, it thinks with the mind. It wants to activate this part where we need to think so we can bring peace, so we can think and create that justice and fairness in the world around us. Now also, Libra is ruled by the planet Venus. This is very important to remember as we continue on through this video. And with Venus being the ruler of Libra, she brings that feminine energy, that caring and compassion and love for beauty and arts and entertainment and the finer things in life. Venus also deals with our morals and our values. So when it comes to this Libra new moon, this is also a point in our lives where we're going to be assessing our morals and our values and this renewed energy of thinking, remember Libra air sign, thinking, what are my morals? What kind of values do I want to create? What new chapter in my life am I going into? And what am I going to place importance and value on as I move into this next chapter of my life? Now, like I said, this new moon is all about balancing the feminine and masculine energies. And we talked a little bit about how Libra is ruled by the planet Venus, which represents the feminine. But let's dive a little bit deeper. So let's talk a little bit more specifically of what the other planets are doing during this new moon, because we're going to see really quickly that this is definitely a sign from the universe for us to harmonize and balance those masculine and feminine energies. So as we place the chart right here for this new moon, we can see that the sun and the moon are at 13 degrees of Libra. We also have Mars at 13 degrees of Libra. Mars is the planet of get shit done energy. It's our life force, it's passion, it's aggression, it's our sex drive. It's that vital energy that we need to accomplish things in life and to move forward and to get stuff done. So even though Libra is an energy of wanting harmony and wanting balance, Mars comes in with a little bit of aggression. So it can feel very passive aggressive at this time. We know what we want, but we just don't know how to get it. Or we know that we want to change a relationship, but we're just not ready to have the conversation. So you might be feeling a little bit of this yin and yang balance. Mars brings about the masculine energy. Now remember at the beginning of this video, I said that this new moon is all about balancing our feminine and masculine energy, and let's talk about why. If you guys have watched a lot of my videos, you know that anytime something happens in astrology in the number 3, it's a sign from the universe to say, hey, pay attention. This is a really big deal. 3 is a holy number in many religions and also in spirituality. So when we see 3 planets at the zodiac sign number 13, we got to figure out, what does 13 mean? Well, 13 is the number of the divine feminine. We have the sun, which is a masculine energy. We have Mars, which is a masculine energy. We have the moon involved, which is a feminine energy. And then we have it all happening in the zodiac sign of Libra, which is ruled by the planet Venus, which is a feminine energy. So we already have balance in just the placement of this new moon on the chart. But let's take it one level deeper. Remember, I said Libra is the scales. So not only do we have an equal balance of 2 masculine energies and 2 feminine energies, but it's happening in the zodiac sign of Libra, which is the scales, wanting balance and peace. Going even another layer deeper on this chart at the time of this new moon, there is another planet at 13 degrees. Not at 13 degrees of Libra, but at 13 degrees of Taurus, and that is the planet Uranus. Now, if you watched my Uranus retrograde video, you know a little bit about Uranus. Uranus is the planet of rebellion, of liberation, of changing the status quo, of wanting to go against the norm, of doing things a different way. And how beautiful is that? So we actually have 4 planets at 13 degrees, the divine feminine number. And one of them happens to be the planet of liberation, of freedom, and of changing things up. So there is this call, this new energy, this new opportunity, a time for us during this Mercury retrograde, because remember, Mercury is retrograde at this new moon, to go inward and analyze and think. It's Libra, air sign, think. Mercury retrograde, communication, thinking about how we feel about our masculine energy. How do we feel about our feminine energy? In what areas of our life are we too masculine, where we resort to anger, or we go, 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 and we want to dominate the room, and we want to make all these decisions, and we want to have a huge to-do list, and we just want to go, 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 and accomplish? And what part of us is that feminine energy of nurture, of go with the flow, of dancing and painting and singing and being creative? Where are you in balance in your life? This is a call from the universe at this new moon. If you want a new chapter in your life, if you want to start something new, if you want to go into the next version of yourself, it's going to require you to balance this feminine and masculine energy and to also go against the status quo. Uranus is wanting liberation and freedom. It doesn't want to do things the way it's always been done. So we have lived in a very masculine world where everyone tells us that to climb to the top of the ladder of corporate society, we gotta climb over other people, we gotta work 10-hour days, we gotta grind, we gotta get up early, and we have to neglect the soft, sensitive, kind, compassionate, go with the flow feminine. And that's just not gonna work anymore, right? There's this huge wake-up call in society where women want men to step back from that over-aggressive masculine and to become softer and kinder, right? But there's also this call for women who have become too masculine to step back into their feminine. It's not weakness. So this new moon is giving us all the energy and the opportunity to balance these 2 pieces of ourselves. Now remember, I said Uranus in Taurus, the 4th planet at 13 degrees, Taurus's ruler is also Venus. So all 4 planets at 13 degrees, the feminine number, are happening in zodiac signs that are ruled by Venus. So this Venetian energy is so potent at the time of this new moon. And again, Venus rules our values, our morals, our beauty, our appearance. And it also rules that self-love piece. This is the other thing that this new moon is bringing up, is our self-love and our boundaries. Libra, ruling the legal system, ruling justice, ruling harmony, ruling the fairness. And that only comes when we have boundaries with ourselves and boundaries with others. So not only are you getting a call to action to balance your feminine and masculine, but you're also getting a call to action to create some boundaries. Boundaries around how you talk to yourself. And also, do you have boundaries and discipline in your daily life? Are you able to say no to things that you know don't make you feel good? Are you able to say, this is my alone time because it's important to me? Creating those boundaries within your life and yourself so that you can go into this next chapter, this new beginning, this new opportunity with intention of creating a space for yourself. And then also the boundaries with others, right? Because again, Libra is the first zodiac sign in the astrological year that deals with other people. Do you have boundaries when it comes to other people? How they treat you, how they speak to you, how they speak about you when you're not around. Mercury retrograde at this time is making us evaluate these kind of relationships. So creating those boundaries, writing them down. If you have the 2021 Retrograde Astrology Journal and you open up to this new moon in Libra, you're gonna see that the journal prompts that I have written down are all about yourself and others and those boundaries that you've created. And lastly, to top it all off, you can see in the chart that on this day, October 6th, Pluto is going direct. Pluto comes out of retrograde on the exact same day of this new moon. So what does that mean? Well, Pluto is a very masculine energy, and he's been retrograde. He's been reining himself in. He's been holding back. And Pluto is known as the planet of death, of transformation, of rebirth, of manipulation, of control, of our ego. It's a very subconscious planet. If you didn't catch my Pluto retrograde video, go ahead and watch that, because not only are you going to understand what maybe has come up for you since Pluto started his retrograde season way back in May, but you're going to also get a better understanding of who Pluto is as a life coach to us. So Pluto coming out of retrograde on this day shows that there is this rebirth of masculine energy. He's gone inward. He's helped us heal some control issues, some manipulation, maybe some ego death has happened to us. And we have this rejuvenation energy as he gets back on track and moves us forward. So if you've been stuck in relationships, Libra, in your self-care, feminine energies, in your masculine of go, go, go and overdoing it, and that Mars passion and aggression, and it's time to bring back balance. Pluto coming out of retrograde and moving forward is giving us this rebirth energy on top of the new moon energy. We are halfway through the 3-week period of Mercury retrograde at this new moon. So we have had a chance for the last week and a half to reassess how we think, reassess how we're communicating, reevaluate what relationships are actually important to us. And now we hit that middle point of the retrograde at a new moon, bringing in new energy, new insight, new feelings into our heart so that we can move forward into the next chapter of our lives. Remember, Mercury is still going to be retrograde for another week and a half after this new moon. So this is the time to kind of set those intentions, figure out where you're off track, where you're imbalanced, where there's a disconnect, where is there disharmony in your life, in your soul, in your self-care, in your boundaries, in your relationships. Write them down, journal them, and set new intentions. How do you want this to look in the future? And in about a week and a half, when Mercury comes out of retrograde, that's going to be go time. That's going to be action time. Because on that day, we're actually going to have Mercury come out of retrograde and Jupiter come out of retrograde. And by then, we're also going to have the planet Saturn come out of retrograde. So in the next 2 weeks, we're actually going to have 4 planets coming out of retrograde, moving us forward, propelling us into that new chapter. So this is the last new moon to set a new intention, to create the energy for the new. And when those 4 planets come out of retrograde, we are going to be full steam ahead as we move into the second half of this astrological year. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense to you. If you have your 2021 Retrograde Astrology Journal, go ahead and pop into our Holistic Soul Sister Facebook group. Share with me what you guys are working on. Are you working on balancing more feminine? Are you working on your masculine? Where are you guys at? And I love to see your take on the rituals. So go ahead and hop over to our Facebook group, join our community. The link is in the description box below. Also, if you are interested in doing a birth chart reading with me before the new year, before January, please send me an email at the email in the description box below. Go ahead and put birth chart reading in the subject line so I don't miss it. I have started doing astrological charts for the upcoming year so that you can prepare for the energy ahead in specific relation to you and your chart. But I'm only able to take so many before the year begins, so go ahead and get on that list. And make sure you hit like and subscribe so you don't miss any other videos that are coming up. And thank you guys so much for being here. Please share this video with anyone you think would benefit from this video or my channel. Go ahead and follow me over on Instagram at mandyrose.1111 for a lot more holistic health and healing, spiritual mentorship, and of course, astrology. Thank you guys so much again. I will catch you in the next video.